absolutely miserable out here. It feels like I'm running through the balloon part of a hot air balloon as they pump more and more heat into it. I've never done that, but it's kind of what I imagine it would feel like.
I'm counting colors in your eyes, I'm losing track.
What a weird 2 weeks of training. Some high highs and some really low lows, but more on that soon. Welcome back to another episode. Yes, I'm wearing a hat. I couldn't deal with my hair tonight. Anyway, thanks for being here. Truly, it means a lot that you're watching. If you are watching and haven't subscribed yet, could I interest you in clicking that little old subscribe button? I'm closing in on 100 subscribers and you could help me get there. Man, think about just how well you'd sleep at night knowing you helped a tiny YouTube creator get to the next milestone of his cute little YouTube side hustle. Plus, if this channel ever blows up, you could have the very unique pleasure of telling everyone else that you were here at the beginning. Sounds pretty cool to me. All right, enough of that. Let's talk training for the past 2 weeks. Firstly, I did continue with my strength workouts with Gare. You know Gare. For now, I'm plugging along at 2 per week. I feel as if they are just challenging enough that I could add a third one in each week for the next few weeks, but I'm not entirely sure when to slot an additional one in. Right now, I'm doing one midweek and the other after my long run on Sundays. So I think I'll need to noodle on that for a bit before I make any drastic changes. Do I think it's helping? Well, I can't say for sure, but I definitely feel stronger. But since I'm dumb and didn't do any measurements or metrics beforehand, I can't say definitively. Moving on to the runs for the past 2 weeks. Week 5 was a deload week with only 26 miles on the schedule, which worked out exceedingly well because I had a previously scheduled 3-day camping trip with my son for Cub Scouts. I knew I wasn't going to be able to run while I was camping, so I shifted things around to fit my schedule. Instead of 5 runs, I moved to 4. But since I was reducing the number of runs, I increased the mileage on 2 of them to get relatively close to the scheduled 26 miles. All in all, I ended up with 22 miles on the week. Run 1 of week 5 was 4 miles easy. Despite the weather, if you guessed hot and humid, you'd be right, I got through it.
I used to love coming out and running at sunset in the summer. It used to be my favorite time of the day to run because the sun wasn't blazing down on you. However, I now remember why I moved to morning runs. 1, it's still super hot out here. And 2, this run is powered by leftover Chinese food and a Coke Zero that I had not long ago. So I'm taking this one nice and slow. Just over 3 miles into my 4-mile run. Can I just say a pet peeve I have? It is July 8th. It is fully 4 days after the 4th of July. And there are still people shooting off fireworks. Like, what are we doing here? I mean, I can maybe see shooting some off the day after if you have some left over. But seriously, what are we doing? I gotta pull a Jack Donaghy out here.
Shut it down. Shut it down.
Okay, that's it. 4 miles, sped up in the last mile, I think just because I wanted to be done with this. Oh, I can't believe how humid it is out here at like 9:30 at night. But I guess that's what you get for training in the summer. On to the next one.
Run 2 was a 6-mile treadmill run. It wasn't necessarily supposed to be at goal marathon pace, but since I was going to miss my next goal marathon pace run, I decided to go for it on this one.
That's it. 6 miles at pace on the treadmill. Never gets any easier, but I did finish. On to the next one.
Run 3 was 3 miles easy and back outside. It was a run. What more can I say?
Week 5, day 3. 3 miles today. It is like oppressive out here. The temperature is down, but the dew point is way up. So I'm trying to take it as slow as possible. It's just not fun to run in this weather. Ugh. Okay, keep going.
After that run, I headed on my camping trip where, though I didn't do any running, we did walk about 7 miles per day. And I did have fun. got back from camping, I had a 9-mile long run. My wife and daughter were out of town for the weekend, so while my son enjoyed some weekend screen time, I enjoyed mile after mile on the treadmill.
All right, that's 9 miles on the treadmill complete. About a 9:30 pace, felt pretty good. Watched some Ryan Trahan going across the country on his 50 states and 50 days road trip. Super fun, entertaining to watch while I run. Now, got to do strength training workout later to close out week 5, and then on to week 6.
Week 6 was back up in mileage and started off with back-to-back 4-mile runs, both of which I did outside in my neighborhood.
It's the start of week 6. Day 1 today is 4 miles. Got a big week in front of me. The goal is 36 miles total. It is just brutally hot out here. Like, these outside runs, I just don't know if they're sustainable, especially when we get to longer distances. For now, I'm trying my best. Thankfully, I have a treadmill option if I need it. More than halfway finished. Absolutely miserable out here. It feels like I'm running through the balloon part of a hot air balloon as they pump more and more heat into it. I've never done that, but it's kind of what I imagine it would feel like. Okay, that's it. 4 miles. Absolutely terrible. But got it finished. On to the next one. Week 6, day 2. 4 miles today. It's another hot one. 3 miles in. You know, this morning I feel like a little steamed dumpling that you get in a to-go container from a Chinese restaurant. It's that warm out here. That's it, 4 miles finished. Sweating like a dog. Gotta get some water, electrolytes. On to the next one.
Those were followed by back-to-back 7-mile treadmill runs. The first of those was at an easy pace, and the second was a little faster than my goal marathon pace. That brings us to my week 6 long run, which was meant to be 14 miles. And when I tell you it was terrible, I mean it was absolutely miserable. The heat and humidity overwhelmed me, and despite starting before 6 a.m., it was hard every step of the way.
It's before 6 o'clock. I typically don't believe in waking up in the 5s. Really anything before the 7s is just almost a non-negotiable for me. And yet here I am. It's not even 6 o'clock yet and I'm about to start a run. Because I've got things to do today. I'm gonna try to run 14 miles. Back out of my favorite trail. Let's get going. 3.5 miles in. That's a quarter of the way today. Time for my first gel. Morton 100. It is so ridiculously hot and humid out here for being 6:30 in the morning. Every step I want to stop, but somehow I'm still moving on for now. Okay, 7 miles in, halfway finished, had to stop for a break. It is so humid out here. About to take my next gel, Morton 100. Oh, it's just miserable. Every single step is miserable. It's hard to relay the misery on camera, but I assure you, this is not fun. Trying to look on the bright side, getting those miles in, but it's hard. It's real hard. I'm like 10 or 11 miles in. Truly, this has been one of the most comically bad runs I've had in a long time. Everything that could go wrong is going wrong. I'm just trying to finish now. Okay, that's it. How far did I go? I'm glad you asked. I'm not really sure. My Koros was about to die, so it stopped recording. I forgot to charge it. So then, at some point I realized that. Switched to recording on the Strava app on my phone. So between the two of those, what I actually recorded was 12.3 miles, but I'm pretty sure, based on my out and back strategy, that I ran 13 miles. All that to say, it felt awful. I feel so tired. I couldn't get to 14 miles. I ran out of time. I just, everything about that was bad. I am pouring sweat. Thank the Lord I have electrolytes in my car. Better luck next week, I guess.
So yeah, even though I did manage 13 miles, it's always disheartening when you miss out on your goal, especially when you feel badly during the part you were able to accomplish. But it's as good a time as any to remind myself that it's a long training block. It's supposed to be hard. If it was easy, everyone would do it. Well, more people would probably do it. Anyway, that's it for weeks 5 and 6. As always, I'm grateful to run and grateful for today. This is Wineglass 359, and this is episode 3. Thanks for watching. See you soon.